team like Kyrie and KD, or the Lake Show with King James and AD. Wish I could match him up with the bad boys from the 80s, but no black and white, I need that in HD. HenDawgz.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy HenDawgz, and we back to it. You know how we do it. NBA legends and players share their favorite player of all time. It's gonna be a good one, man. But before we get into it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and like this video. If you like this video, go ahead and write something in the comments. Let me know. I know you're not an NBA legend and player. Well, you might be. There might be some NBA legends and players watching this video, but if you're not an NBA legend or player, I still want you to write in the comments who your favorite player of all time is. Not who the best is. You know, I don't care. I don't want to hear Michael Jordan is the GOAT or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the GOAT. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear who your favorite player is and why. My favorite player is Kobe. I always say Michael Jordan is the GOAT, but Kobe Bryant is my GOAT. So I want to hear who your GOAT is, man. But let's get into this video. I don't even want to do too much talking. We're going to get into it. We got NBA legends and players share who their favorite player of all time is. Let's get it.
So we have seen NBA legends and players share who they think is the greatest player and who are their top 5 players of all time. I even made a video of legends sharing their all-time starting 5, but I have never made a video of NBA legends sharing who's their favorite NBA player of all time. So I look for clips of NBA legends, future Hall of Famers, and young stars who I think will be in the Hall of Fame of them sharing their favorite player. Some of these legends' favorite players will give you a good understanding of how they influenced their game. Some legends will provide you with players that play the same time or after them that they admire. So enjoy the video, man.
He's my inspiration. I think, as I was growing up.
Dr.
I grew up watching NC State. I was a David Thompson fan. I enjoyed the way he played, his aggressiveness, his scoring capabilities. And at 6'4", being able to play his game above the rim was truly amazing for any kid to watch. The whole term and the whole measuring of vertical leap began, I think, with David Thompson. He vaulted off the ground, exploded off the ground. 44 inches was a lot. It still is
bigger than 6'4".
You can tell when he was there on above you, he surprised you.
Hold on, y'all. Who is David Thompson? Like, I don't know enough about him for Michael Jordan to talk about him like that. Where did he play? What was his stats like? Is that somebody else's favorite player? Like, let's talk a little bit more about David Thompson in the comments real quick. Because I don't want to just skate over who Michael Jordan said was his favorite player. Like that's pretty big. So, give me some stuff about David Thompson, y'all.
Your opinion really plays professional basketball.
Look at those pants.
I'd like to see it play.
Well, it's the doctor. And
the doctor.
Yes.
Why imagine trying to talk like that? The doctor.
I think there's Kareem, and I can go on and on.
Why are you whispering?
And I could keep going. Isaiah Thomas, and there's just a number of guys that I love to watch and admire because they play hard and give their best.
Yeah.
That's that Magic voice.
Magic is my idol. Simple and plain, he's my idol. Michael Jordan is probably the player that I learned from the most because being the same height, similar athleticism, I was able to learn a lot on the skill level. But Magic Johnson is my favorite player and still is my favorite player to ever play.
My favorite player to ever play the game was Michael Jordan. Just because of his
mentality,
the way he dominated games, his style of play, his aggressiveness, and I like his flash as well.
Oh, I grew up in Chicago, so Michael Jordan every day, every night. I was hitting the game winners that he hit in all the moves he did.
Why?
Just because he was the greatest player, and because he was playing for my hometown team. I loved the Bulls when I was growing up, and he was the best player, and he was a 2-guard. So I grew up wanting to be that, and I just tried to do everything he did when I was young.
I appreciate what he done for the game and allowed me to be who I am in the game of basketball. So
He's not quitting. He's still playing. So you're gonna keep playing. What players were you growing up studying and idolizing?
Dog, Penny was my dude.
Before T-Mac started talking about Penny, I got a question for any Chicago people out there. Like, I'm sure it is, but was it any people from Chicago whose favorite player wasn't Michael Jordan? Like, I feel like in order for you to go against the grain like that and not be a Michael Jordan fan, like, that had to be crazy. So anybody out there that was even in the Chicago area, because my dad, we wasn't in the Chicago area, so it doesn't really relate to what I'm saying, but he did not like Michael Jordan because he was a big-time Knicks fan. And I get it. You know, I've seen the rivalries that the Knicks and the Bulls was having in those 90s and, you know, during those times. So I get why my dad don't like him. But I'm sure it was some people from Chicago that wasn't big fans of Michael Jordan for some reason. I don't know why. But let me know in the comments if there's anybody out there from Chicago and if you wasn't a big-time Michael Jordan fan and why. Let me know.
Of course, Penny Hardaway. You couldn't tell me shit about Anthony Penny Hardaway, bro.
Y'all kind of similar.
Yeah. Why you think that's why we're number one?
Yeah, I never knew that. I never knew that.
That's why we're number one. My dog, that was my Michael Jordan, bro, growing up. Because you gotta think, he played for the Magic. I grew up 30 miles right down the street, so I watched him every single day. And bro, Penny, man, Penny was the truth, bro.
Hell yeah, people don't forget. They forget how cold Penny would have been one of the greatest players, hands down, if had it not been injury.
Yes, sir.
Penny was a killer.
So that was my dude, man. Footwork, you know, passing ability. He was cold, man. Penny was the truth.
Favorite player growing up was
What was Penny Hardaway's biggest strengths back in the day? Like not post injury Penny, but like that one where he was that man, the one that Tracy McGrady was just, you know, about to have a heart attack over how hype he was. Like, what was his game like? What was his specialty? Like, I knew he was a good passer. He was like a 6'9" point guard, but like, if you could pick one thing that Penny did the best, what would it have been? Let me know. Who liked Reggie Miller?
Reggie Miller, actually. My dad probably be mad. My dad was obviously my favorite player. He loved to see my pops play, but I love watching Reggie, just the way he moved on the court and big shots he hit, and he was just fearless. So
he was light-skinned.
It was a dream come true, and my dad got to go up against Reggie. Reggie specifically in terms of how he got his shots moving out the ball. Just his kind of savviness, you know, using his body. His unorthodox shot was something I never really tried to idolize, but in terms of just having that confidence and being able to repeat the same motion over and over again.
But some of the stuff that kid does out there,
if you need one player to make 10 threes in a game, or you got to lose all your money, who you choosing? Klay Thompson or Reggie Miller? I'm not even going to put Steph in that because it would have been Steph, no doubt. But you got to choose between Reggie Miller and Klay Thompson. And one of them, you got to depend on one of them to hit you 10 threes in a game, or you lose everything. You lose everything. Who you picking? Let me know in the comments. Who Larry Bird favorite player?
he's by far. And Kobe was always my favorite. Since I got out. What that kid does out there. He's by far. You know, Kobe was always my favorite.
Oh, okay.
Since I got out. His desire to win, his dedication in the off season to get better, and he's just tough. He's just a tough cat. But if you want to have fun, like I did with Bill Walton, you play with LeBron.
Really?
It'd been probably more fun to play with LeBron. But if you want to win and win and win, it's Kobe.
Moses is singular.
Would you rather have fun or win? Let's talk about what Larry Bird said. Shout out to the Bird Gang too. I know y'all. This is y'all time to write in the comments and let me know what y'all think about what Larry Bird just said. He said, if you want to have fun, you will pick LeBron. If you want to win, you'll pick Kobe. So I don't know. I think I would rather win than have fun, but I don't know how I feel about that. Like, LeBron has 4 championships, so he can win. He can win, and I think you can have fun with Kobe. Like, if you're winning, you're having fun. So I really just kind of want to dissect what Larry Bird was just saying right there. And let me know in the comments, too. Who would you rather play with, LeBron James or Kobe Bryant? You know I'm picking Kobe. Well, I don't know. I like to shoot the ball. So I might pick LeBron, but y'all know where I stand with that. But y'all let me know.
The greatest influence in my NBA career. He taught me how
Moses
to
Malone?
work hard. I called him Dad.
What?
You touched earlier about you saw my ascension.
No,
I remember
that.
at practice I said, Moses, can I come see you in your condo tonight? And I thought he was going to give me some positive encouragement. But I said, well, why am I not getting to play?
"Oh, young fella, you fat and you lazy." I said, "Excuse me, I can't hear you." He said, "You fat and you lazy." And I was like, "For real?" He said, "Charles, you can't play basketball at 300 pounds in the NBA." And he says, "You're just too big." He said, "You can't work hard enough, you can't sustain it." And I said, "Wow." Then I went downstairs and cried, like I should have.
Got a cheeseburger.
Yeah, yeah. I did. I just thought I was. It shook me up. It did. It shook me up. And then he called me later and said, "Hey, if you want to get in shape, I'll help you." And man, that changed the whole trajectory of my career.
It's a physical game for one thing, and you never want somebody have an advantage over you.
Look at that body control. He has inside.
6'4".
Is there any Vince Carter in your game? What about your game do you feel you took from Vince?
No, probably the passion that he plays with. He's a unique player. You can't replicate that. But the passion that stood out to me when I watched him after he dunked, after he made a big shot, and how much he loved to play. You know, you could tell he was excited. That just made me go out there and be more free as a player when I was a kid. Because I'm just like, if he expressing himself like that, I think I can too, you know? So I think I took that from Vince. You know, obviously his highlights and his athleticism stood out, but like his passion for the game is something that I really appreciated.
I just want to point out, Vince Carter, I did not bring up your name in terms of just out of the air. He has long said that you were his favorite player growing up.
Okay, on Twitter, who was your favorite player growing up, Dominique?
Like most guys during our era, my favorite player was Dr.
Yeah. The Doctor.
You know, Doc was the kind of the grandfather of us all for what we did as small forwards, came out of Dr. J.
You admitted that you lied on a couple of people just to get an attitude about them and to destroy them on purpose. Why would you do something like that, Shaq?
Because David Robinson was my favorite guy. When I was in high school, I tried to pattern a little bit of my game out. Because, you know, David liked to run like a stallion. When I was young, I used to like to run. But he was, too nice.
As you got older, you ain't want to
run.
run.
So I just had to made up that he didn't give me an autograph. So I could be mad and just try to destroy him. And I did.
Yes.
He destroyed it.
Brian, it looked like you sought out Michael after the ceremony. You had a moment with him. What was that like for you? And can you share anything about what you guys said?
Yeah, because there was so much chaos going on after we all kind of split. I did not want to lose the opportunity to shake the man's hand that inspired me throughout my childhood. Haven't had much dialogue with him in my 20 years or 19 years in this.
You had to go ball like him
business, too. But part of me wouldn't be here without MJ's inspiration. I always wanted to be like him growing up. It's crazy that the game-winning shot tonight was a fadeaway, and it was inspired by MJ. The way he wore his shoes, the way he wore his uniform. I mean, all the way down to like some of the cars that he drove. How much he inspired me, and I didn't want to waste that opportunity because we're just not in the same building a lot, and haven't been in the same building a lot throughout my career, and it meant something to me.
Probably my favorite player of all time was Michael Jordan.
Jerry West.
One of the other incredible players I know. Like it's been involved.
Side note before he talk about how much he like Michael Jordan. I know this is a reaction video, and I know some of y'all hate when I talk about myself, but hey, it is what it is, man. I'm going on a long journey outside these reaction videos. When I think of something and when I'm doing something, I'm gonna let y'all know. And I feel like the loyal subscribers appreciate it. It'd be kind of the new people, which I understand. People that's watching me for the first or second time who don't even know who I am. When they hear somebody that they don't even know who they are start talking about themselves, it's like, all right, I didn't click on this video to hear you talk about yourself. But this is for all the people that, been following me for a long time. I got to talk about this. So I was in Vegas at Summer League. I went to Summer League, and I was in the building, and I saw Ballmer from the Clippers. I saw him there, and he's very recognizable because I've seen him a few other times. He's been around. He's always around. So I saw him talking to another guy. And this was right around the same time where I'm like, I feel like the NBA should change the logo to Kobe. Or, just change the logo. It's about that time. But while I'm saying that, I look at Ballmer and I see him talking to another guy. And I'm looking, and it's Jerry West. It's Jerry West. And I'm like, this is one of the most iconic, moments of my life not only because it's Jerry West and Ballmer talking to each other, but I see Jerry West and I look around the court and this NBA logo is everywhere. And I'm like, I'm literally in the same building right now with the logo. Like, it kind of gave me chills to think about. Like, I'm really in the same building with the NBA logo right now. And I think that was just super dope. Just something super inspiring to me, like the things that basketball does for me and how much I love this game. So let's see what he got to talk about. Let's see what he got to say about Jordan.
He epitomizes what I think is great in basketball. Someone who can play both ends of the court. His teams win. In the last quarter, he's going to be there.
For sure going to be there.
More importantly, I love Michael like a brother, okay? I get a chance to spend some time with him, so he never changes, and that's why I like him.
Top center has got to be Will Chamberlain. You know, Will Chamberlain to Cleveland.
KG.
Bernard King, and Dr. J. Your favorite five over the years.
Fix your shirt, bro.
That you
I know my shirt a little wrinkled, but
you've seen him play.
Fix the collar, D-Miles.
Yeah, that's all the NBA. From when you played to now, who was your
What's up, Bernard
favorite
King?
five? Not your top five, but just your favorite five.
Well, I'm going to say Jordan. Let's see, Elgin Baylor. The kid out of Golden State now, Curry.
Steph.
Jerry West.
A lot of buckets.
Jerry West.
Logo.
Who's last?
And,
Kobe? Kobe?
Will.
Oh, that's five. That's five, bro.
He and Bill Russell.
That's six.
Then you know, I mean, when Shaq came on the
That's seven.
That's a great succession of great basketball players who came on. I know I'm going to miss a few guys, but it's just wonderful to see great athletes perform in difficult situations, you know.
Yeah.
And I forgot something a moment ago, which I just thought of. I'm missing great basketball players. The one and only
LeBron James.
LeBron
James. Yeah. LeBron James.
Tremendous basketball player, man.
Great.
I love watching Kawhi. Going back to his days in San Antonio, you know, I was a big Tim Duncan fan, and San Antonio having their roots in the ABA, you know, created a bias for me. So you know, when Kawhi came on the scene and then he was MVP in the playoffs, you know, I started watching him more closely, and I like what he brings to the table. I like, you know, a lot of people don't like his demeanor, but I love his demeanor. You know, he says something when he has something to say. If he got something to say, go talk to somebody else. So, yeah, he would be at the top of my list.
Play growing up in the NBA that you
Luka.
So I would assume that LeBron is the matchup that you're looking forward to, or is there a certain player that you're looking forward to facing?
Yeah, of course, because I mean, I always looked at him as like my idol, so I'm looking forward to that.
I stopped playing basketball because of him. You know, I had the cornrows, I had the
AI. Giannis' favorite player is AI.
And skinny. You know, I just want to be like Allen Iverson. You know, I watched a bunch of documentaries of Allen Iverson, and he said he wanted to be MJ. Like, I wanted to be Allen Iverson growing up, man. You know, I've never had the chance to bother him and stuff because that's not who I am. But now that I had the opportunity to see him, I had to tell him that.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and did any of these legends' favorite players surprise you? Let me know. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, show love to the YG gang, and I'm out.
Yeah, that last one kind of surprised me a little bit. Giannis' favorite player of all time is AI. But hey, I mean, my favorite player is Kobe, and I don't think I play much like him. I mean, I kind of pattern my game around him a little bit, but not that much. I just think I just kind of fell in love with Kobe's mentality. The Mamba mentality, just his mindset on the court was just super inspiring, something that I feel like I could take from on the court and off the court. So I think that was a really great video, man. I really, really appreciate y'all for watching that with me. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You right there that's watching. That was a great video. You can't even lie. You can't even lie. That was a good one, man. We enjoyed that. We had some good times on there, man. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and like this video if you liked it. Go ahead and write some in the comments. Like I said, let me know who your favorite player is of all time. Not the best. I don't want to know who the best player of all time is. I want to know who your favorite player of all time is, man. But I appreciate y'all like always. We out.